guys, very, very keen to get into this one. But yes, we are going to move now into a look at a question which has popped up on the right-hand side. So, right, let me load this up here. There we go. Right, so IK has asked a very interesting question in regards to... I believe it was in regards to the colours sessions, which I can't actually see anymore, but there we go. Oh, there it is. Your favourite Afrobeats colours performance. So there's been 5 in recent weeks, hasn't there? Which I'm very, very keen to talk about because I very much did enjoy all of them. There wasn't one that I particularly didn't like. However, I know my favourite to begin with. I know my favourite, and that is A-Ra Stars. Purely because A-Ra Stars just has... A-Ra Stars was the first one out of this new crop that we're seeing, and I definitely feel that A-Ra's had this, I don't know, this kind of freedom to it. It just felt like a kind of breath of fresh air on that platform, and then since then, obviously, we've seen the rush come through. We obviously saw the likes of Oxlade come through with Colossa, which is one of the biggest tunes of the year. We were saying this on the Twitter space the other day. Colossa is, without a doubt, one of the biggest tunes of the year. Come on, like, I don't know how it can't be at this point. The amount it's actually kind of gone viral again. The fact it's actually climbing the Afrobeats Billboard charts with Love Damini and Omar Lay's album both in there, and Fireboy DML's album on the way. And the fact this tune is still climbing that chart, absolutely crazy. But yeah, I'd say A-Ra Stars is my favourite, probably. I'd say second is probably Colossa. I'd say third is probably Bodges. Purely because I just like listening to Bodge perform, and hearing him in that environment was really cool to see. Next to that as well, I'd probably say that Victor Knees was fourth and Joe Boys was fifth. Joe Boys for me was a little bit lackluster. I didn't really think we actually got to see the the best version of Joe Boy on that performance. I think we saw. I don't think we saw anywhere near the best version of Victor Knee either. I don't think we've really seen the best version of Bodge. I think that Oxlade and A-Ra's are like levels ahead of everyone else's, but I'd say probably Bodge is third, with Victor Knee being fourth, and then Joe Boy being fifth. I've seen Joe Boys popping up all over the place as well. He's on Vlad TV. Like, Joe Boy is getting busy, man. It's really, really cool to see. Again, we're trying to lock in as many interviews as we can on this channel as well, so do go and check out the interview section we've got on the homepage. There's a playlist called Afrobeats Interviews, and we've interviewed loads of people. A-Ra Star's been on there. Salty Soul's been on there. We had Terry on quite recently. Diamond Platinums was on there recently. Maki 2's been on there from Zambia. Who else have we had? We also had Ladipo on there very recently. We had Kamido on there recently. AV. Like, we're getting a lot of people on there, which I've really, really enjoyed. What about Brian's? I can't necessarily rank Brian's yet because I've only listened to it a couple of times and I only did the reaction today, so I can't really tell you where it's going to go yet. I've got a funny feeling it'll slot into third in regards to those live the colour sessions. Brian's is very, very good, don't get me wrong, but I haven't heard the longevity of it yet. The other ones I've kind of had a little bit of time to see whether they stick with me or whether they kind of drift. I feel Brian's hasn't necessarily had that time yet, and I've only just reacted to it. But realistically, if I was to revisit this in maybe a week, 2 weeks, I'd probably say Brian's is going to be in third behind A-Ra and Oxlade's. But that's probably where I am with it. But guys, let me know your thoughts. We reacted to one of the new colour sessions today, actually. Obviously, the Brian one went up on the page today. Let me know in the chat on the right-hand side where you would rank them. IK, what is your ranking for this as well? How would you put them all in order? Because there's 6 now, actually, isn't there? There's not 5, there's 6. What would you say your ranking for those is in order? Because I saw you comment on the... I saw you comment, and I actually can't remember what your top five was. So do let me know in the chat before we move on. And again, if you have been following the colour sessions, I want to know from you guys in the chat. Let me know what your top 5 are. Or top 6, because there are 6. Let me know the order of them. I just think A-Ra Star stands out really well. And A-Ra Star shared my reaction to her colours on her TikTok page, which is very, very exciting. It's always cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we as kind of reactors and YouTube commentators and things like that, like, it's like we do it from a fan's perspective. But when we get like the big artist actually sharing stuff, and then we get into conversations with them, we start organising extra content and stuff. That brings me so much happiness. So big up A-Ra each and every time. Right then. We're going to move forward into another reaction because we have got another one on the list, and this one is coming to us from IK Fuego, another tune that I've been meaning to check out, and this one comes to us from Azanti, a new one. on this listing. Dominion saying Oxlade takes first in the colour session, then Ira. IK saying Brian toss up between Oxlade and Aerostar, Victor Bodge and Joe Boy. I've got a funny feeling Joe Boy's might be the worst one, and it's not because Joe Boy isn't fantastic, because Joe Boy is fantastic. The reason I'd probably have his at the bottom is because it didn't reach the heights that I know Joe Boy can hit, and it just felt a little bit lackluster. Like, I'd have loved to have seen a more kind of potent like a really, really potent one of those sessions for Joe Boy, but it felt a little bit short. I think the actual performance was less than a minute and a half, which I wasn't particularly happy with, of him actually performing. I'd have loved it to have been a little bit longer, but yeah. There we go then. Right then, my friends, we are live, requested live. If you're new to the stream, make sure you are hitting that like button. It makes a massive difference and it allows more people to get involved. We are going to be checking out this new one next from Azanti. Now, I did have a brief listen to this on the New Music Friday show that Palm Wine Pappy runs on his channel. If you've never checked out that show before, make sure you check it out. In my honest opinion, it's probably the best place to check out new music. I absolutely love going on there to check out new bits. And yeah, just in general, it's a really good place to kind of find out what's going on release-wise. He puts everything in there. There's usually about 15-20 reactions he does every Friday. And then he chops them up afterwards. But
sounding so good right now. Man, they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, Cubreacts TV. Stay locked.